All right, hello everybody. We're getting everybody in. Give it a few more minutes here to let everybody start filtering in. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. My name's Ian, and on tonight's show, we're going to be deep diving what's going on in Jamaica tonight, how bad they got hit today, and some facts about the storm. So stay with us. This is going to be some good coverage. I also have a number of live views. Some of them are pretty bad, but I do have a number of live views from around Jamaica. Also, there is the potential for tornadoes this evening in Louisiana. We got a storm chaser out there. Vince Welty is out there, and I've got him up on one of the screens as well. Because everything else is Jamaica, I went ahead and marked him so you guys know which one is Jamaica and which ones are not. So there you go. All right. All right, let's get this going here. Let me get my chat room up. Okay, I got it coming up. Hello, everybody. All right, we're doing good. Lots of viewers already popping in here. Hello, everybody. My name is Ian. This is Starship Adventures. We are live tonight broadcasting from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. And we are live. We were live for almost 7.5 hours this morning, covering this storm as it came in. And now I will be live this evening as we figure out where it's going next, see where it's at right now, and also we're going to be looking back and seeing if we've got any damage reports or anything out of Jamaica. And there is some information, and I'm going to be giving that information out. The big bright light in the middle, that's some kind of LED sign. It's not a arcing transformer or something like that. All right, there is a few dupes between the little screens. This is all that's coming out of Jamaica right now. All those screens we had up originally, from Kingston, almost completely down now. I can only find 2 of them working. Yeah, the feeds that I have are these feeds right here. There you go. That's what I have. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, P. Lim, for joining. Um, I had to work. I had to go to work and produce talk radio. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're going to be in for a while tonight. We're gonna analyze what's going on. All right, hold on just 1 second. Okay. Uh, your agent Nicole. There you go. Work was good. We had a good show tonight. It was a good show. We don't cover things like this hurricane that's striking Jamaica, so I didn't even get a chance to talk about it there. But that's what we cover here a lot is these storms and weather and things like that. There you go, Concrete Gizzy Styles from New Zealand. Thank you for coming on in. Uh, yeah, I read your message. I don't really know what you mean. But um, the reason I know everything's live is because it just got dark there not long ago, and all these feeds are up and it's dark. So, relatively sure all of these are live right now. Hey June, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate it. All right. So tonight we are going to be discussing mostly the hurricane. I will also be discussing the severe weather that we have right now out in the in Louisiana. We right now it's not too bad. Hey, Mr. Ebanks, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. He says I'm glad I found your channel. I went through your profile and I'm going to enjoy seeing these streams very much. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. A lot of people have found us over the last couple of days. It's really great. We have reached a threshold and passed it in the algorithms now because it just seems like everybody's finding us, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to go ahead and cover this thing. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I've been going through all of the most powerful storms, and man, you know what? This storm is breaking records. I'm still waiting on confirmation, but this storm may go down in history as the highest wind value at landfall storm. Also, the strongest to ever hit Jamaica. There's a lot of records that we're looking at here. Hey Heath, what's up, buddy? Yep, smash that like button and hit that subscribe and that notification bell. I'd appreciate it. Yep, the broadcast went well at work, and I am back. This is what I do. All right, let me get this other one up, experimental one. I like this new experimental one because I can zoom in. The tracks were always so hard to see on these things. So all right, so let's do this. Okay, here we go. Here's the latest, guys, on the storm. And you can see here, current maximum sustained winds at 125 miles an hour. Still forecast to make landfall as a major hurricane in Cuba overnight. It is starting to pick up speed. It will make landfall overnight and then cross Cuba tomorrow during the day. And then beyond that, they're now forecasting it to be a major hurricane as it goes over the islands down here. So this is a significant change. They were saying earlier that this was not going to be able to regain major hurricane status. No, it's not snow. It's just rain in the infrared light. It looks like that. All right, so that's a new revelation there that we've got. They're now looking at it being a major hurricane as it goes over these islands. That can be a significant. It won't be near as bad as 185 with gusts over 200. That was crazy earlier. We're I don't know. Wow, movement still northeast at 8. It still isn't getting its ass out of here anytime soon. But it will start picking up speed pretty rapidly. I just don't know when. It has slowed down quite a bit from what they originally had forecast, even just 24 hours ago. It hasn't gotten its ass moving like they thought it was going to. Okay, yeah, the Discord. Hold on, let me get that for you. I've got it here somewhere. Here we go. I know how to get it now. I click invite people, and I just copy this link, and I can stick it in here. All right, guys, this is our Discord. That's our Discord server. Please join up. Have a good one. We cover all the normal stuff that we cover in there. Please feel free to fill it in. All right. Anyway, that was Advisory 30A at 8 p.m. I'm probably going to be here past 11, so we will be watching for the 11 o'clock advisory. That's the next one. And we will see what other information that it will have for us. Okay, so let's go back and put the cameras back on. And let me go ahead and check the advisory and see what they're saying in that. Okay, so here we go. Come on, dude. Give me a break. There's just no reason to screw with me like this. Okay. All right, from the National Hurricane Center, powerful Melissa moving towards eastern Cuba. Conditions expected to deteriorate rapidly over the next several hours in Cuba. Summary, as of 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, midnight UTC, location 18.8, 77.2 west, about 50 miles or 80 kilometers east-northeast of Montego Bay, Jamaica, and about 160 miles or 260 kilometers southwest of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Maximum sustained winds currently 125 miles an hour, 125. That's 205 kilometers an hour. Present movement north-northeast at 30 degrees, and that north-northeast or 30 degrees at 8 miles an hour. That's 13 kilometers per hour. At 8 miles an hour, guys, it's still crawling. Hasn't started going yet. Minimum central pressure has come way up, now up at 950 millibars, 950 millibars. That's 28.06 inches of mercury. That's as of the latest advisory, and I'm going to keep watching for additional or subsequent advisories. I know we've got one coming at 11, but they've been issuing these special advisories about halfway through the 3-hour period. So we'll let that go, and we'll see if maybe we get one. All right, thank you. Welcome in, everybody. We got quite the crowd coming in tonight. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do have a lot of cameras up from Jamaica. This is what we have left. This is all I can find. I don't know what to tell you. This is it. I'm having a hard time taking TikTok videos. That's the problem I'm going to work on technologically. Yes, it weakened significantly going across Jamaica. Absolutely weakened significantly. Jamaica has mountain ranges. Not the biggest in the world, but decent sized mountain ranges. And that tends to tear it up. Cuba has mountain ranges too, but now they're saying not going to be enough, that it is still going to be a major hurricane when it goes over the islands. What's going on in Texas? Fill me in. I know most of the severe weather's in far east Texas and Louisiana, and right now we have no watches or warnings to speak of. We do have about 10 counties under a tornado watch. That's about it. What's going on in Texas? What's going on in Texas, Jeff? Tell me. I've got the chopper flying around here. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like the ghetto bird. Yep. They fly around all the time up here. I'd like to know what that cost me. Oh well, not gonna worry about it. I don't think I don't know which way he went. All right, I got three tower cameras, and I can usually zoom around and see where they're orbiting around, or I can pull up Flight Radar 24 and see them flying around on there. Um, okay, I'm looking to see what other news items we've got going on. All right, yeah, I don't know. I don't see what's going on in Texas, so I'm not sure. I didn't hear back. Um, there might have been a tornado there earlier. Okay, let me do that real quick here. Okay, I got you. Approved member. All right, there we go. I got you in there. I'm looking to. I don't know why. There you are. So I hit here. This thing is not the easiest thing to use. Damn it. I don't want to take time doing this. I got way too many people in here. I'll figure it out. I don't. I'm in here, but I can't. You got to be in all members, and I don't see you in all members. So I don't know how to do it if I don't see you in there. But I approved you, so you should be in there. But you're not in there, so I don't understand what's going on. I don't get what's going on. It's stupid. Whatever. I'm done with it. All right. Um, yes, my lady Lily. We are into shortwave quite a bit. As a matter of fact, we are broadcasting the Hurricane Watch Net. In fact, I need to switch it over to night mode, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, it's now in night mode, which is 7 megahertz, 40 meters. Um, oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Nope. Oh, whatever. All right. So, yeah, we're into it a lot. Um, oh, thank you, Junior. I appreciate it. All right. So, what basically is we are broadcasting the Hurricane Watch Net, which is HF radio, which is like shortwave. I'm an amateur radio operator. Heath, Red, there's a bunch of amateur radio operators in here. Um, if any whoever's in here is an amateur radio operator, put your call sign in. There's a bunch of them here. I am KO4 EFS, and I've been an amateur radio operator for about 6 years, I guess. And yeah, I love it. I'm buying a radio on Saturday at a ham fest up there near Atlanta. I think it's called the Stone Mountain Ham Fest or something like that. I'm going up there. I'm meeting up with Heath, and we are going to go to the event, and we are going to I'm buying an HF. I think he is too. Hey Spartacus, thank you very much. You have no idea how much that means to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, very very much. Thank you. I don't ask for supers, guys, but when I get them, they mean a lot to me. Okay, and also I want to tell you that every penny I get rolls back into this studio again. Anyway, this is Starship Studios. I'd like to welcome everybody. I am live at our studios here in North Fort Myers, and I am broadcasting worldwide on YouTube, and we are going over fiber optic, baby, glass all the way out, and works great. All right, and we have the ability in here to broadcast 9 signals, and we are working right now on building several more supercomputers. So thank you very much. We're doing all this on a shoestring budget, and it's a labor of love. Looks like he went off. All right, I guess the storm chaser gave up. The storm actually looked like it kind of fizzled out, and so I think maybe he decided, you know what, I ain't gonna bother with all this. All right, so I'll take that off of there. All right, there we go, and I'm gonna look for something to plug that hole in just a minute. Well, thank you very much. The kitty's here. She is here. You can see she's over on the counter right over there, licking herself. That's what she does. And yeah, she's doing her thing. She had a real bad week 3 weeks ago and almost died. And so I have been I'm allowing her to stay in the shed completely now out here. We call this the shack or the shed, but it's the studio. I allow her to stay out here. And she's actually living in here now for about 3 weeks. She's got her own litter box now in here. I don't normally let cats live in the studio because they step on everything. Every night I have to go around and take all the keyboards and stand them up against the monitors so that she doesn't walk across the keyboards. I have to leave them that way most of the time. Yeah, she's fine. She had a lung infection. Her lungs got so bad I thought she was going to die. And then she disappeared on me for a couple days. Got her back, brought her in here, and yeah, now she's kind of permanently the studio cat. I've had her a long time. She walked up as a feral with babies. She walked up as a feral and started kind of making friends, and we thought she might have been pregnant. And then one day we're feeding her, and she's acting really weird. And next thing you know, she brings her babies to us, and we help her raise her babies. And then all of a sudden, she is absolutely the most lovable cat you'll ever own. She loves people because and she was completely feral. I mean, completely feral when she wanted up. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I got lots of cats. I got 2 or 3 in the yard. I got 2 in the yard I can't touch. They're just completely feral, but I'm working on them. I've got the one where I can touch her a little bit now when I'm feeding her wet food. You have to really bribe her. Well, thank you I appreciate that, C. Vallo. But yeah, so I got my steel gray. I got my 2 gray boys in the house too. So I got 3 gray males. All 3 of those were complete rescues. Every cat I have is a rescue. I rescue mamas with their babies, and then I adopt them back out. I find homes for them. I just rehomed one with my call screener, and she loves that little kitty. It's the second cat she's got for me, and she just loves those. Yep. They will. You adopt them, they'll adopt you. You'll figure it out one way or the other. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. But anyway, thank you and welcome everybody that's come in tonight. This is Starship Adventures, and what we do here every night at 9 p.m. Normally we start here in about 5 minutes. I went on early tonight because of everything that's going on in Jamaica. I wanted to get in here as quick as I could. Normally I go on right at 9 p.m., and I stay on for about 2 hours a night. And we cover all kinds of news and weather and all kinds of things like that, space weather, radio propagation, ham radio. But we do also a lot of pursuits and manhunts and big brush fires and forest fires. We also cover civil unrest and riots and things like that. So we've been very busy lately. That's why I think I finally kind of got ahead of the algorithm a little bit, because I've been doing a lot of broadcasting. You can tell my throat's kind of starting to go. And so it's one of those things where the channel's doing really good right now, and we're trying to ride the wave. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad people are finding us now. The biggest thing that we like about these kind of days is the fact that we get to meet new people. We have found probably thousands of new people over the last 2 or 3 days covering this disaster. And so I know the disaster's terrible, but let's let something good come from it. You guys have all found me now, and we can now, I'm another option for you when you need something to watch. And if you're in the ham radio or want to be, I have all kinds of videos. I have videos that teach you how to build things, do things, run things. I have over 1,000 videos in my library, and they're all open for you guys to see. And I don't have any memberships or any paywalls or anything like that. Yeah, I love my little kitties. I'm not much on dogs. I don't dislike them, but I would never own one. Yeah, we do. We do. It's weird topics, but I guess it's not really weird. It's like I said, I do current events, but I try to lean towards science rather than politics, and I much prefer that. Yeah, the storm is on its way to Cuba. I'll be glad to show you guys some graphics. We can see where it's at right now. Let me pull this up here. Okay. I want to show you where it's at and which way the winds are going. Okay, here we go. Let me pull up the side screen, and there we are. This is windy.com. I strongly recommend windy.com. Great website. And like I do, anytime I use a website or anything like that, I try to credit them in the chat room. So there's windy.com. Great website. Free and paid if you want extra features. But here you go. You can see right here, this is current right now, and it is halfway between Jamaica and Cuba. All right, and so what we're seeing here now is let's take a look at the winds. Okay, a lot of Cuba right now. This is all an onshore wind, so the flooding in Cuba is definitely going to be possible on this side of the storm, and so you're getting a lot of it. And as the storm comes in and drags behind it, these lines will come even more from the south and be more of a direct impact on this side. Now, everything on the other side, let's run it forward just a little bit and see where do they predict that it's going to be when it gets to the next level here. So there's where they're thinking it's going to be there at pretty much tonight around midnight, or it says 11 p.m. on there, but it's not quite that far yet. It's 9 p.m. now, so in 2 hours they're saying it's going to be about there. So 2 to 3 hours, it should be right about there. And then it's going to come in now. As it's right here, you can still see we still have that onshore wind that's coming around like this, and that is going to stack some water up. But you're not going to see too much other than that. And then notice it's a lot smaller now. Yeah, it's going to strengthen back up a little bit. It's going to have 125, 130 mile-an-hour winds when it makes landfall. But here's the thing. It still has a lot of energy with it. Number two, and on the other side of the coin, it has reduced size quite a bit. It's condensed. This happens when a storm is over mountains and over land, it begins to collapse on itself. It tries to like save its own energy basically, and it tries to downgrade its size. The first thing a storm will do is reduce its size, and that's what we've seen this one do. It's a lot smaller than it was when it hit Jamaica early this morning. Hey kitty, you gonna say hi? Oh, big stretch, big stretch. You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? This is my big mama kitty. We call her Mama Bleep because she's always got her tongue hanging out. And she doesn't right this minute, I don't think. Do you have your tongue hanging out? We finally have decided after all these years that the cat was born with a tongue that's just too long for the mouth. I don't know what else to say. All right, and still, I want to notice. Yeah, give me just a second, kitty. I'm busy.
Just a minute, kitty. No, kitty, back, kitty, my puppy.
Okay, so now I want you to see we are still getting an onshore wind down here on the western side of Jamaica, Montego Bay. We are still getting that onshore wind, and that is going to keep that is going to keep the water moving, and that make it harder to drain off. Also, Kingston down here, somewhat of an onshore flow overnight, and I know it doesn't seem like that would do much, but if you're trying to drain because you've had too much rain and you've had too high a surf and you've had too high a water and it's trying to drain, and now you've got an onshore wind. Remember, they've had an onshore wind there now for 36 hours or something. Well, I appreciate that. Ruth Rachel, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up and hit that subscribe if you don't mind. Yeah, probably. Unless you're right near the eye, because it has reduced speed. Unless you're right near the eye, you're not going to see major hurricane strengths, and that's a good thing. It won't be quite as bad for Cuba as it was for our friends in Jamaica, because they got it really bad. Parts of Jamaica there are completely destroyed tonight. And I'm hoping nobody was left behind there, because there's some of those coastal towns on the southern side that literally had 200-mile-an-hour wind gusts coming in off the water, and they probably had 15, 17, 18 feet of rise, plus an amazing surf on top of that. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what's going to be left. I'm in the morning. We should get some. I don't know if I'm going live tomorrow or not. I don't think so. Not in the morning, but I may. It all just depends. I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to see what cameras are available. I'm going to see what information is available, and I'm going to feel it out. I may go live for a few hours in the morning tomorrow, but I've put off things for the last 2 days that I have to get done before I leave town on Friday. So I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow morning. So I'm just letting you guys know that. I will definitely be here tonight till at least 11 o'clock. And I'm going to also be on tomorrow evening as well. Yeah. Sarah, it's called fair use. Yeah, let's use the proper terminology, okay? Thank you. And Black River Hospital lost the entire roof, also flooding there as well. Patients have been transferred to other hospitals. All right, I do have Kitty. My God, I just got face screwed. All right, so let's look at the headlines here. Hurricane Melissa plows across Jamaica. Its eye now moving towards Cuba. Extensive damage has been reported to homes, hospitals, and schools in southwestern Jamaica, with St. Elizabeth Parish completely underwater and Black River Hospital suffering power loss and roof damage. 3 deaths occurred in Jamaica during storm preps involving tree removal. The number of deaths now is unknown. Over 530,000 residents, that's 77% of Jamaica's public service customers, were without electricity due to widespread infrastructure compromise. So 77% of the island nation is in the dark right now, in the complete dark. And you don't know dark until the day after the night of a hurricane when the power's out everywhere. Hurricane Melissa, let's see, it hit with 185 mile an hour winds, toppled trees, down power lines, caused extensive structural damage. Also, they are confirming many. I got to deal with that. Hold on. Cat's fighting. Hey. Hey. Take off, hoser. I just want you to say hi to everybody. This is my Ed Earl. He's my steel gray. Aw. What you guys doing? There you go. I just wanted to show you guys. This is Ed Earl. He's the only other one usually that comes in the studio. We've got a stray orange that's coming and eating here at night, and my cats are not liking it, and so they're all screaming at it and yelling at it, and I think Ed was involved because his heart was racing. All right, anyway, yeah, Kitty, that's what it sounded like. Did you guys hear that? Did it go out over the air? Oh, my goodness. You weren't involved in none of that, were you? No, I didn't think so. Okay. All right, welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I got 2 or 3 grays here. We've got a bus stop kitty that has been going and meeting the kids at the bus stop for 15 years. She's an old lady now. I don't see her for weeks. All of a sudden, she starts coming up. She's eating here in the evening. She's eating dinner with us, hanging out like she's one of my cats. And they all accept her, and she's been around for a long time. And I asked one of the kids the other day walking by, I said, "Is that gray cat still come?" She goes, "You mean Maya?" "Yeah, she still comes up to the bus stop every morning." I'm like, that cat's been coming up to that bus stop for 15 years. The cat loves to go up and say hi to the kids in the morning. I don't know. It's a neat thing. It happens sometimes with cats. She lives 3 houses down. She also eats next door. She eats at home, and she eats here. So she's got it made. Westmoreland. I don't have anything specific. I have not had time to sit down and actually research news. I do have news I'm going to go through here. It might come up, but I'm trying to see where that is here. We did have that jog to the left at the last minute, which really did not help Montego Bay. Westmoreland Parish, let's see here. Yeah, that whole area there got a landfall. I mean, the Westmoreland Parish, if that's what you're talking about, the whole parish, which is like their counties, that area got the direct hit. I mean, it's pretty bad. Depending on where they're at there, actually everybody there pretty much got a, yeah. The good news is Westmoreland Parish is not going to have near that much tidal surge, though. The parish to the east of that, which includes Black River and all that, they're going to see a lot of tidal surge there. So it depends on which side of that line that you're on there. All right, so that's what we got there. Let's get back over here. At least 3 hospitals in Jamaica have sustained wind and surge damage, forcing the evacuation of 75 patients. We know about that. Let's see. Landfall occurred in New Hope, and it landfalled as a Category 5 with 185-mile-an-hour sustained winds. Approximately 25,000 tourists were stranded due to canceled flights and disrupted travel. Torrential rains compounded wind damage, leading to widespread destruction. Let me rewrite this. Damn it. Okay, let's let that think for a minute. Yes, that is true. It's definitely not going to be anything the United States has to worry about. It's heading out for the open Atlantic right now. It just it hasn't got its ass quite in gear yet. I don't have any specific news from specific towns. I don't. I can start looking. Like I said, I will have a better product tomorrow night because we will have a lot more information. Right now, a lot of these communities, we haven't even heard from them yet. They're blacked out. Okay, and they're reporting that Black River Hospital in St. Elizabeth has lost power entirely, suffered major roof damage to one of its buildings, and it's forced a partial evacuation. Falmouth Hospital on the north coast faced storm surge flooding, with high water levels compromising its operations. Cornwall Regional Hospital in Montego Bay experienced flooding and wind damage, straining emergency services amid the chaos in the area. Massive power outages affecting over 500,000 people, 77% of Jamaicans in the dark tonight. Restoration efforts prioritize hospitals and water stations, with full recovery expected in eastern Jamaica by Wednesday. Remember, eastern Jamaica, they really weren't affected that much. It'll be years before the last home's connected in western, I hate to say. The electric grid, already vulnerable from prior storms like Hurricane Beryl, was severely compromised by down lines and widespread failures. Catastrophic flooding submerged entire parishes. The St. Elizabeth Parish was left entirely underwater due to excessive rainfall and storm surge up to 13 feet in low-lying areas. Flash flooding washed away homes and triggered multiple landslides, isolating communities in Manchester and Westmoreland. Fire station in Santa Cruz was completely flooded, rendering it inoperable and complicating emergency responses. Disruptions to telecommunications included fiber optic lines being broken and power lines down, leading to 1/4 of the telecom system going offline in western Jamaica. I can't believe it's not more than that, but hey, whatever. We'll see how that goes. But I can't believe they haven't lost more of it yet. That may be how they're calculating it. I don't know. Let's turn that off. That thing crashes about once a show. I don't know what the deal is. All right, and the devastation to the agricultural regions of Jamaica are devastating. St. Elizabeth, Jamaica's key food-producing breadbasket, saw flooded farmlands and destroyed crops, threatening national food supplies. Jamaica is unique in that it has a lot of crops right near the coast. And if your crops get tidal flooding, that changes the entire dynamic of the soil, and it has a lot of negative effects on your field and its ability to produce product. Banana and yam plantations in southern parishes were battered by 185-mile-an-hour winds, leading to widespread crop failures. Prior damage from Hurricane Beryl last year compounded losses, potentially causing long-term shortages in local markets. Human casualties and injuries. We know about the 3 deaths that were pre-storm. There has been no direct storm deaths reported yet. However, we know it's just because nobody's reporting anything yet, I hate to say. Additional injuries from flying debris and collapsing structures were treated at overwhelmed hospitals like Black River. Overall toll includes 3 deaths in Haiti and 1 in the Dominican Republic, as well as the 3 reported in Jamaica. Nearly 15,000 Jamaicans sought refuge in emergency shelters, which remain open as assessment centers as assessment continues this evening. Rescue teams struggled to reach marooned families in flooded St. Elizabeth homes, airlifting some via helicopter. Shelters like the police station in Black River doubled as temporary havens amid surrounding destruction. Infrastructure failures include major roads being blocked by boulders, landslides, and debris, slowing cleanup and aid delivery in southern parishes. The storm's slow movement prolonged exposure, causing cumulative damage to bridges and coastal defenses. Public facilities included schools, sustained roof losses, and flooding. Disruption to the education system will take weeks to months to rectify. A 13-foot surge battered southern coasts, eroding beaches and damaging harbors in Westmoreland. Remember, Westmoreland's a lot further away. There was a much higher surge as you get closer to the storm. Powerful waves destroyed beachfront structures in Treasure Beach, with debris strewn across low-lying areas. North coast sites like Falmouth saw high water levels from surge, compounding wind-driven erosion. Multiple landslides buried roads and homes in hilly southwestern regions, triggered by 20 to 30 inches of rain. Boulders tumbled on the highways in Manchester, creating hazardous blockages for emergency vehicles. Vulnerable rural settlements face total burial risks, with ongoing assessments revealing altered river courses. That's crazy. It literally, these storms are so devastating, they actually change the landscape. So that's just crazy. Mangrove forests and wetlands in St. Elizabeth were shredded by winds. This will accelerate the vulnerability in the future because this is what holds the beach together during storms. Heavy rainfall led to river overflows, contaminating water sources, threatening biodiversity in southern wetlands. The storm's intensity tied for the strongest Atlantic landfall at 185 miles an hour, amplified erosion in already fragile ecosystems. Approximately, let's see, I told you about that already. We're starting to repeat a little bit here. Hurricane force winds persist in St. James, Telewarney, and Hanover. An additional 6 to 12 inches of rain may still fall in areas of Jamaica. The rain event is not over. This thing's going to be dragging a tail behind it. Rough seas continue to pound the south coast, exacerbating surge-related flooding into Wednesday. Like I said, the areas that got flooded really bad by storm surge, now the storms up here, they're still getting an onshore wind. As long as that onshore wind's there, the land can't drain, and it ends into being a longer situation. That's right. We won't get visuals till daylight tomorrow. And also, with the telecom systems down and much of the cell phones down and everything, we're not going to have any hard information. The reason it looks like all these cameras are still up and they're in areas that aren't so bad, this is all on the other side of the island. We are completely blacked out on the left side of the island. We have no information at all coming in on the left side of the island. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a 4. It wasn't even a 5. It was a very high 5. 185 miles an hour. That is about, like I said, well, it's the highest winds that have ever struck land that we know of since we started keeping these records. Initial estimates suggest billions in damage, hitting Jamaica's economy hard in tourist and agricultural sections. Red Cross and local aid groups mobilized for relief, focusing on food, water, and temporary housing in battered Southwest. Full damage surveys delayed by access issues, but officials warn of a worst case scenario when they go to these places tomorrow. They're talking about the way that they're talking right now, they're afraid of what they're going to find tomorrow. Because remember, we had hurricane winds right up until dark. So everything's sitting out there now. We don't know what's left. We don't know who's left. We don't know where they're left. And we just have to wait till morning. There's nothing we can do tonight. And so even though the winds are going to die down over the next 4 or 5 hours, the rain finally quitting sometime tomorrow, but they won't really be able to do anything. I doubt they're going to do any rescues unless they find out about the person and they know right where they're at or something like that. And then in the morning, it will all begin. It's going to be an amazing effort. It's going to be a global effort. I know the United States stands ready. We've already got the essential supplies that Jamaica's going to need already moving in that direction. We have also got all of our nonprofits, our Red Cross, our Samaritan's Purse, our Salvation Army. There's so many of them that are so great with this, and they're going to be there. They're coming. They're already 10-8. They're en route, and they're going to get there. And that's all. You know, we just have to hope that they can get the help that they really need. Yeah, Cuba may need help too, but Cuba's not going to get near as bad a storm. They're going to get a bad storm, but Ian hit them harder than this is going to hit them. Yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow to see. Like I said, if we start getting visuals in at 9 or 10 o'clock, and I may go live. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to tomorrow, though. But we are definitely tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we are going to be back on at 9 p.m., and we are going to be covering this in its entirety. I'm going to put this into both of my AIs and see which one does the better damn job. I don't like Grok's okay, and ChatGPT's become a real piece of crap. Yeah. Well, Hurricane Melissa, it doesn't look bad at all because, like I've been saying over and over and over again, these cameras are the ones all the way on the other side of the nation, okay? They're literally the ones on that side of the island, and the storm went way over and hit on that side of the island. That's why we still have all these cameras. We have all these cameras because they're in areas that got hit by tropical storm or Category 1 winds today. Any place that's been hit by major winds, the towers are down or they're offline, whichever. There is no cell service. There is no telecom service in western Jamaica at all. So yes, what you're seeing would give you the false impression that, well, it went over, it blew over, not so bad, just a little wet, a little bit of wind. That's just a complete falsehood. That's a complete falsehood. This is the strongest storm. This is tied for the strongest storm to ever make landfall anywhere. So let's, just like I'm very careful not to hype, it's also, I think it's important for us all to realize that you can't downplay like that because this first of all, the disaster is still going on. Second of all, the views you're getting, like I said, on the other side of the island. So we really don't know what's going on. I think you're going to understand. Hold on, I'm gonna get you the size of Jamaica. I think you guys are going to understand in the morning when those the first choppers or the first planes start flying over. Jamaica is 120 miles from tip to tip. It's 120 miles from tip to tip. The storm was way over there, about 20 miles from the one end. So that means Kingston was like 80 miles, 90 miles away from the storm. That's where a lot of these cameras are. They're still getting wind, they're still getting rain, but all this stuff is way over on the other side of the island nation. To 4,240 square miles. Thank you, Patrick. Well, Susan, that's always the first consideration. Just like when we rolled in after Hurricane Andrew, one of the first things we did was clear the runways. That has to be one of the first things you do. Normally, you can get some people in there, you get the runways clear, and then the help can come in. Jamaica's pretty far. You're not going to go there by chopper. That's something you're going to need to fly in by plane, and then you're going to need to go to an airport. And then they'll need to, at that point, chopper or vehicle the supplies to where they need to go. But yeah, you would do that, and we will be there to respond with whatever they need. If they don't need anything, then that's fine, that's okay. But we are there and we're ready if they need it. Just like there's other nations offering up too, and so there'll be a lot of help. There'll be a lot of nonprofit help out there. There'll be a lot of government help out there. And they can certainly pick and choose what they want, and that's perfectly fine. We get along great with Jamaica, so that's cool. Yeah, the Flatbridge camera went down about 10 o'clock this morning, and it's been down, but I have a funny feeling the bridge is just fine. Yeah, if they do request our help, we will bring in Coast Guard. They're the best equipped to handle this kind of mission. Yeah, U.S. Coast Guard. That's who I'm sure they're going to bring in. Yeah, Jamaica's strong. Nobody's doubting that. And also, there's nothing shameful about taking resources. When we get a big hurricane here, we have search teams from the UK. We get specialty equipment coming from Germany and France. We, the United States, accept help during these big situations. There's nothing wrong with that. In a small nation like Jamaica, accept our help. It's right there, and just we want to get you back going again. That's all. Yeah, well, and because I'm speaking because I know America's policy, and I also know how this president operates. And I know that that we will be there to help if they want it. And I also already know I've already read 2 articles where we already know that help has actually been mobilized. There's actually supplies and resources, public and private, moving in that direction already as we speak, and that's a good thing. The most important thing is to get it there and get it there quick, and don't get it all tied up in red tape. Do you really believe that, or are you just trolling me? Because anybody that can read radar can tell how that storm was much more than 70 miles an hour. Anybody that can read the satellite data would know that. Anybody that can look at the buoy data would know that. There's so many ways, and then now we've got all of the wind detection equipment on shore. There is so many different ways that we can prove that this storm was what we say it was. That coming in and saying something like that is you got to be trolling, because it's just such an ignorant statement. Yeah, the Cajun Navy's amazing. They are amazing. They've helped out in a lot of those situations up there. No, Jamaicans don't, and they do very well in these storms. Their emergency management, just like ours, has come a long way over the years. And their preparedness, like ours, has come a long way over the years. So, yeah, very much so. Nobody's doubting the Jamaican nation. But they're a small island nation that was just struck by a 185-mile-an-hour giant hurricane. So I don't know why you guys are acting like us offering help and having help available, and the privates coming in, the nonprofits coming. I don't know why any of that's a problem or even debatable. I don't know why is that even something that's debatable. There is damage at the airports. We have not gotten any information beyond that, but there is some damage. I read something at work earlier that one airport was closed. The other airport was looking to open tomorrow morning. The one on the east side, over by the Capitol. Yes, it is going to go up. It's going to go over Cuba, and then it's going to go through the Bahamian island chain, and then it's going to go out to sea. Yeah, we've already got videos of flooding and videos of this. So I never imagined in a million years that I would be in a broadcast like this, and I would be trying to convince people that the hurricane that we're watching on screen and the hurricane that we've been following for weeks, I'm literally trying to convince people that it's real. I don't think that's my job. I'm not going to try to. I'm no longer going to do that. That's just dumb. You want me to? I think I'm being trolled because you're telling me that you really believe that we're just lying about this for ratings or something? I mean, what? Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's what I figured. There. There you go, Heath. Yeah. No, I get my trolls. I don't care. It is what it is. I normally just I just answer how stupid they are and then I move on. Anyway, let's see here. Yep, I'm here in Florida also. I'm live at Starship Studios in Southwest Florida in North Fort Myers. I do want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I am going to be on for another hour or so. I'm going to wait till the 11 o'clock advisory comes in, and then I am going to shut it down. Yeah, but where? Where were the winds not like 185 miles an hour? Because you realize the only place you're actually going to see that 185 to 200 mile an hour wind window is within 5 miles of the right eye wall, within several miles of the left eye wall. That's about it. Or in front and behind the storm, a very small swath. You're only talking a 10 mile wide, 15 mile wide swath of damage like that. Okay? And then from there, it goes down as you go out. I love how when they say a hurricane hits Jamaica, people get it in their head that the entire island is being sucked up in the thing or something. And it doesn't work that way. This thing was way over on the left side of the island. Half of the island just got maybe like a strong tropical storm or a minor hurricane, not that big a deal. The other side of the island, there is areas that got 185 mile an hour onshore winds. There's no bullshit about this. This is Cat 1 damage so far. What have you seen? There's been no video or photos from the area. Nothing. So what have you seen that would give you that impression? You're out in LaBelle. Well, there you go. I love LaBelle. I love LaBelle. That's a neat little town. Been to the Cabbage Festival a bunch of times. Yes, Patricia, I noticed that. For every 20 fans you get one troll. I'm kind of noticing that. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I know. It's actually a sign that you're successful when the trolls start trying to tear you down. Um, no, I understand that. Yes, had this hurricane tracked 60 miles further east, which is what it originally, there was about 24 hours there where they had this thing going right up the left side of Kingston. Had that happened, that Kingston Bay would have saw 20 feet of surge, and they would have seen 25 inches of rain, and they would have seen 185-mile-an-hour winds in the capital. It would have been absolutely devastating. What we have now is absolutely devastating on a much smaller scale because it hit a much less populated area. It doesn't mean a whole lot if your house was there. It's one of those things where it's like, was it a busy year? Nah. It's only a busy year when one hits you. And it's one of those things. And so if your house is over here, it's fine. If your house is over here, good luck finding it. That's another thing. There's a lot of spoof videos going on out there. A lot of spoofing, a lot of spoof videos. I saw a couple earlier that I recognized. They say they're in Jamaica, but they're standing somewhere in the United States while the storm's hitting them and they're trying to talk on their microphones. Um, there's lots of fake shit out. And it's not just AI, it's fake stuff. You know, I had someone spoof me earlier. They sent me a video, and the video had a bunch of nasty stuff on it. And they thought that was funny somehow. And they went to the effort they went to fool you. You know, it's like, I really wonder about I really what do these people do? What motivates them? Just being negative assholes their whole life. Uh, yeah. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Hurricane Ian's Category 1 damage spread for hundreds of miles, but its Category 5 damage only spread over about a 35-mile wide or 30-mile wide swath. So again, it all is it's varying degrees. Um, yeah, it's definitely not coming towards the United States. Definitely not coming towards the United States. And it's definitely going to be heading out over the Bahamas and out into the open sea. So it's nothing you have to worry about unless you're in Cuba or the Bahamas. It's nothing you're going to have to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Yeah, look what Katrina did. It was a Cat 3 when it made landfall, but it was still carrying quite a bit of that energy from earlier on. Um, it is kind of like a giant tornado, although it's formed and fed differently. It kind of has a lot of the same characteristics. Um, yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes you don't know. I try to answer everybody's question, and sometimes I don't know that it's a troll until after I've answered their question. So it's easy to say, "Hey, just ignore them." I don't know who's legitimate viewers and who the trolls are. Do you believe this, Cat? Do you see this? Weather warfare. There we go. I do agree with you guys. I do absolutely agree with you guys. 100%. Danny and everybody. I agree with you. You're right. I just have a problem with stupidity and ignorance. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we got there. And like I said, we're going to wait a little while. Yep, this is Mama Kitty. She's about 8 or 9 years old now. She almost died the other day. It was pretty close. Okay, and so there's our cameras. I was going to look for another camera, but I'm not sure what I'm even going to find tonight. But let me take a quick peek and just do a quick search. Let me go back, go to here, and Kitty, what is up with you tonight, boo? What's up? What are you doing? Oh, I think it's hilarious, guys. And now all the spoofs are out showing their videos. They're all showing those videos, the same videos we showed today live. I love when I run across one of those stations that are actually copying my shit and spoofing it. I've found that like 4 times now. I don't say anything because it's fair use. It is what it is. Taking a peek here, guys, to see what I can see, if there's anything new that's come out. Just every channel out of India Today. I mean, just everything you can imagine. And they're all showing daytime video. They're all showing spoof shit from earlier. Stories of General Dave. I don't know. It's hilarious. Thanks for subbing, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, I've already got that one. I did switch the Hurricane Watch Net over to night mode, and it does look like someone's talking over there. Just to see what's going on. Oh, I gotta figure out this stupid sound mapping. Hold on just a second. The way Microsoft handles sound really sucks, to be honest with you guys. Hi, Kitty. See, it's set on cable, so you guys should be hearing it. We're going to explore this just a little bit here over the next hour, too. This is called the Hurricane Watch Net, and I broadcast this out of here so that because they're always on there talking about whatever's going on. So let's start keeping an eye on that. Let me move that. Yeah, we'll see when they're talking on there again. We'll pop in and we'll listen. There we go. Now you can see it better. All right, so what that blue thing is there that's moving up, that's called a radio waterfall. And what that is, it actually is a visual representation of what you are listening to. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that volume.
Still a good copy, John. Kilo Bravo 8 Oscar. You have the net back there, and I think I'll just I'll pick up the net at the top of the hour. If you want to run past a little bit, we can split it over. Okay, that should work. Not a problem. We'll clear with John, K2JBX. This is Kilo Bravo 8 Oscar. Your net control for the hour for the Hurricane Watch Net. Do I have any emergency or priority traffic for the net at this time?
They're listening for anyone that's calling for help on these emergency frequencies.
Are there any EOCs or storm shelters with traffic for the net? Over. Do I have any low-power portable or mobile stations in the affected area of Hurricane Melissa? Over.
A ham radio is, amateur radio is people who get licensed through the federal government so that they can use radio frequencies that are normally off limits. And with these radio frequencies, very low frequencies and high frequencies, you can talk to different people in different ways all around the world. What we're listening to right now is 40 meters, which is 7 megahertz.
In the affected area with outgoing health and welfare traffic. Over.
And what they're doing is they're calling out to see if anybody needs to relay messages. If you're a ham radio operator in Jamaica, you can go out and hook up your battery and your radio and string up a wire as soon as the wind dies down. And you can get a message out to your family that you're okay. That's what this is for. They also take emergency messages as well.
We're calling for reporting stations within the affected area of Hurricane Melissa with weather data or damage reports for the National Hurricane Center. Over.
You can see how when he's talking, you can see his voice on that. That's the waterfall. Time moves from the bottom to the top. Frequency moves from left to right. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are currently monitoring, and I'm explaining the Hurricane Watch Net. And you guys can find out more about the Hurricane Watch Net on their website, which I'm going to paste in right now. This is an all-volunteer group that does this. Ham radio guys from around the country all agree to participate in this. And yeah, ham radio is fun, dude. It's a lot of fun if you're into science, if you're into radio propagation, two-way radios, audio, science, all kinds of neat stuff. Ham radio is a great outlet for that. Oh shit, it's not, is it? I'm sorry, my bad. There it is. There it is. I didn't hit the button. It's like you got to hit the button. Yes, in some countries there's no ham radio at all, but in many countries they've got many more people licensed than we do. It's a lot because our government has a stupid, ignorant process you have to go through, but it's really not so bad. They give you the answers to the test. You just got to go through the problem of memorizing them all. Yeah, amateur radio can be awesome. It can be. A lot of the people in amateur radio can be fickle old pickles, and so it is what it is. You just have to, pick your friends just like you do with any other sport. Moderator, please get rid of Shabbat. What does that mean? No, there's really no live cams in Cuba. I am going to be looking for some tomorrow. I always do. But generally speaking, not something they do there. Yeah. Yeah, on ham radio, you know, the neat thing about ham radio is you can get started in ham radio for $35. You go take your technician test, okay? And once you take that test, you get you a little handheld radio. They're cheap. I got a whole box of them up there. You can buy them for about 25 bucks on Amazon. A nice radio that you can put 1,000 frequencies in. It comes with the programming wire. The programming software is free. I have a video on here that'll show you exactly how to do it step by step, because I have lots of those videos. And it's a lot of fun. And then you can get on the repeaters and talk to people. You can also get your GMRS license. That gives you the option to talk on one band. Or you can get your ham radio license, which gives you the option to talk on a whole load of bands. I'm talking, I don't know, what, 15 bands or 17 bands now? We go all the way from microwave up here all the way down to minus 1 meg, you know, down into the 1 megahertz range, 160 meters, which is how long the antenna is. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then you buy your next radio, you learn how to do the next thing, you get your next license, you buy your next radio, and next thing you know, you're talking to some guy on Japan directly from your radio to his radio, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've had a lot of success with it. Let's see what they're saying on here. I should have audio for that on 6.
We're calling for Starship in Indiana. Oh, sir, are you in the affected area? Over. Negative. Apologize, I located you. Whiskey 9, Sierra Oscar X-ray. Are you a Saturn member? Over. Yes, I am. Thank you very much for checking in then. Whiskey 9 Sierra Oscar X-ray, can you please share your name and location? Over.
These radios work across the world or across the everywhere.
Roger, Roger. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining. This is Whiskey 9 Sierra Oscar X-ray. This is KBCG. A break with you. Over.
These radios actually, your energy does not go from the radio to the other radio. Your energy actually goes out of your antenna on a takeoff pattern and ends up in the ionosphere. Once it gets to the ionosphere, it mixes with the electronic patterns in the ionosphere and then bounces back down at a distance. While this is on, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. Be right back.
The National Hurricane Center. As a secondary function, this net provides backup communications to official agencies such as the Emergency Operations Centers, non-governmental agencies, and Red Cross storm shelters, and other vital interests involved in the protection of life and property before, during, and after a hurricane event. War, break. Are there any stations in the affected area with weather data measured or estimated, or any damage reports that we can share with the National Hurricane Center? Over. Any delays or damage for weather information. Your call sign, please, over. Is there any emergency or priority traffic for the net? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any relays for emergency or priority traffic to the net? Your call sign, please, over. Kilowatt Bravo 2 Golf Charlie Golf to the Hurricane Watch Center. Are there any emergency operation centers or storm shelters with traffic to the net? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any relays for emergency operation centers or storm shelters with traffic to the net? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any low power, portable, or mobile stations in the affected area? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any relays for low power, portable, or mobile stations in the affected area? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any stations in the affected area with outgoing health and welfare traffic? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any relays with outgoing health and welfare traffic? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any representatives from the Salvation Army database who have not yet reported in? Your call sign, please, over. Are there any relays for Saturn Next Salvation Army members who have not checked in yet? Please share your call sign, over. Kilowatt Bravo 8 Oscar, this is Kilowatt Bravo 2 Golf Charlie Golf, returning net control over to you. This is KB2.
All right, Jerry, very good. Nice signal, nice job. We're clear with KB2 GCG, our relay station for the Hurricane WatchNet. This is Kilo Bravo 8 Oscar. Do I have any emergency or priority traffic for the net at this time? Over. Or storm shelters with traffic for the net, over. Are there any low power portable or mobile stations in the affected area, over?
What that strange harmonic is in the background there. You can see it on the waterfall. I hope it's not somebody screwing with them, because that stuff happens. Believe it or not, there's trolls over there too. I don't know what it was. It was a strange harmonic. It almost sounded like some kind of music playing way off frequency. Not sure, but Unfortunately, they can't pick a different frequency because everybody knows this frequency. That's the one they're supposed to be monitoring. You can't change it because then when people come in to go there, there won't be anybody there because they will have changed it, and there's no way to let everybody know what the new frequency is. Yes. Yeah. It's going to be catastrophic. I mean, off the scale catastrophic for some parts of the island. Yeah, there you go. We'll send Prince Andrew over there. Well, it's kind of on AM. I mean, yeah, and we're on sideband and they're on AM. You're right. That is kind of what it sounded like. What frequency is that? It is seven. It's 7268 kilohertz, or 7.268 megahertz. um, the cat's name is Mama Bleeper. And yeah, I know. First of all, she wandered up here with her cats as a feral. And any cat that has kittens automatically gets the moniker Mama or Mom Kitty. And so she was named Mom Kitty. And then she walks around with her tongue hanging out. She literally walks around with her tongue hanging ass out of her mouth. And so we started calling her Bleeper. Bleeper. So technically her name is Mom Bleeper. Mom or Bleeper. And that's her name. My cats have weird names. I got a Ted and an Ed. I think the next one I'm going to name Paul. I'm kind of doing the typical human names right now. They all get middle names too. They all get two names because, as Carlotta always says, if they don't have two names, how would they ever know they were in big trouble? You have to be able to yell that middle name. That's the only reason children are given middle names. You don't ever use your middle name. As a child, did you even care about your middle name? No, but when you were in trouble, your mom and dad, they yelled that middle name as part of the package, didn't they? Because that was the warning to you. When that middle name came out, shit was serious. That's right. Yeah, Larry or Jerry, those would be good as well. Or maybe Kramer. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of cats with typical names. I got one cat that he wandered up with a broken leg, and we tried to get him so we could take him and put him down, and we never could catch him. And all of a sudden, he comes walking up one day, and the leg's fine. It was compound freaking fracture, okay? And he comes up, and we finally get to where we can pet him, and we're feeding him and everything. He now raises all my kittens. He's fixed now, of course. All my cats get fixed. He's fixed now. He raises my kittens. Anytime I get kittens in, he comes in, lays down, all the kittens lay down with him. It's the damnedest thing. It's an energy thing. I think he was an English nanny in his last life, but I'm not sure. So I call him Daddy Kitty. We used to call him BLC, but we quit calling him BLC because that stood for Broken Leg Kitty. So now we call him Daddy Kitty. Now we've called him Daddy Kitty for the last 6 years. So got a Daddy Kitty. I got a Shadow Lynn. Again, she has to have a middle name, but Shadow Lynn. And she's this oversized female. Something happened to her. She just didn't stop growing. She's like this like Amazon size or something. She's like the kind of cat you'd find in Australia, really big and poisonous. You better listen when that middle name comes out. You better believe it. Your cat's name's Steve. Well, we got to get Steve and Ed and Ted and Earl all together. Right, Mama? She's bleeping. Yeah, that very well could have been a broadcast in another. Let me take a listen over there, but I think it seems to be a mess. I'll give you guys a little quiz. Does this kind of sound interesting? Like, where have I heard that weird sounding voice before? Well, how about Star Wars? When they talk over the radios to each other, it sounds a little weird. They ran it through sideband. I'll tell you one where they did it even more. Battlestar Galactica, the new one they did about 15 or 20 years ago with Edward James Olmos. Freaking awesome series. Awesome. 10 stars. In that series, when they talk, what they would do is as they were talking, they would slowly move the VFO knob up or down. Get this. They thought about this. They're in spaceships doing hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour, right? So if the two ships were coming together and they were talking to each other, they would move the VFO so that the Doppler effect. Because if you're closing on a target really fast, the radio signal catches up with itself. And it sounds really weird. It has a very strange sound. Same thing, it's the Doppler effect. If you're moving away from something, it's going to go, and it's going to be lower because of the Doppler effect. It's really a cool phenomenon and for them to utilize something like that in a science fiction show, I think that's the first show that, because Star Wars just amplified, they put the sound through there to make it sound cool. Battlestar actually would attenuate the sound depending on the movement of the ships and stuff like that. I was impressed. And so the Vipers in Battlestar used sideband, which I thought was pretty cool too. Yeah, all the rain has to come down the mountains. There's still a lot of draining that has to do. You've got a lot of flooded estuaries and areas that now have to go down. There will still be big draining going on in the morning. Yeah, crazy. I remember that movie. I didn't like that movie because there's just too many things that don't work that way. But it was a decent movie. But I was distracted by the fact that, like, things don't happen that way, but they do. Okay, Joseph, there's none because the cell towers on the left side of the island are all out. We lost all of our storm chasers earlier. The storm chasers all went away. Everybody went away because all the cell service is gone on the west side of the island. Complete cell blackout. The wired infrastructure is completely out. The electricity is completely out. So you're not going to get pictures. You're not going to get pictures unless people can find somebody with an Elon Musk rig. That's the bottom line. I'm just saying, you're not going to get a lot. In the morning, there should be some improvement. People are going to start getting out of areas. Remember, the roads are all blocked. They had hurricane conditions. I'm sorry. They had hurricane conditions right up till dark. Everybody is still sheltered. Everybody's still wherever they rode the storm out. So now they're going to have to ride tonight out. The conditions will go down. In the morning, they'll be able to get out and assess what's going on. By then, most batteries will be dead. Remember, they're on cell phone batteries, things like that. That's why. I'm just telling you, that's why there's not a lot of video. There's not a lot of... there's really no information that we're getting at all. God, Kat, you make this so difficult. All right, so I did... Is this all it gives me? God bless. Let me check Grok. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's do a town by town Based on the latest reports received, the official sources like Jamaica's Disaster Risk Management Council and so on and so forth. Okay. Alligator Pond, Manchester. Residents trapped by floodwaters in a seaside community with several homes submerged up to roof level. Heavy rain and winds caused street and flooding. Isolated families requiring boat rescues. Utility poles toppled, contributing to widespread power outages. 75% of that part of the island is dark. Black River, St. Elizabeth. At least 3 families marooned in homes, waist-deep floodwaters, with rescue crews delayed due to flying debris and dangerous conditions. Black River Hospital suffered major roof damage and total power loss, forcing the evacuation of 75 patients to safer areas. Police station converted into a temporary shelter for hundreds amid reports of extensive structural damage to nearby buildings. Okay, in Manderville in Manchester, multiple houses submerged completely by flash flooding, forcing residents into rooftops for safety as water rose overnight. Howling winds peeled off roofs from commercial buildings and homes, with debris blocking main access roads. Landslides in surrounding hills buried sections of rural paths, complicating aid delivery to outlying areas. Montego Bay in St. James. Hurricane-force winds up to 150 miles an hour post-landfall. Damaged coastal resorts and airports, stranding thousands of tourists, canceling flights. Storm surge of 10 to 13 feet reported in Montego Bay. Low-lying neighborhoods with waves damaging harbor infrastructure. Power outages affected nearly 80% of the city, including hospitals like Cornwall Regional, which reported flooding and generator reliance. Negril, Westmoreland, beachfront property severely eroded by 13-foot storm surge, with several villas and hotels losing sections of walls and roofs. Fallen trees and power lines blocked the main coastal road, A1 highway, isolating the town from Savannah Lamar. Eyewitness video showing heavy debris fields from wind damage, vegetation, and ongoing rough seas, preventing full assessments. Again, a lot of that assessment will come in the morning. These are all early reports coming into emergency management down there in Jamaica. New Hope, Westmoreland, site of Category 5 landfall with 185 mile an hour winds, near total destruction of all structures, including homes reduced to foundations. Torrential rains, 20 plus inches have fallen, triggering landslides that buried rural farms and access roads to inland communities. Agricultural fields flattened, with banana plantations wiped out, exacerbating food supply concerns for the near and distant future. Rocky Point, St. Catherine. Flooded streets and roads from heavy rainfall, with vehicles abandoned and residents wading through knee-deep water. Winds tore loose sections of roofs with homes and local schools, scattering debris across the community. Pre-storm preparations led to one reported death in this community from a falling tree. Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth Infirmary flooded with 4 to 6 feet of water on the ground, necessitating a relocation of 50 patients to higher ground within the facility. Flash flooding overwhelmed a local fire station, rendering it inoperable and delaying emergency responses in that area. Eyewitness videos captured rapid inundation of mountain roads, with boulders and mudslides blocking escape routes. Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland, hospitals' roofs completely torn off by the eye wall. Winds, exposing wards and requiring immediate patient transfers to undamaged areas of the building. Storm surge flooding in the port area, damaging fishing boats and coastal markets with up to 13 feet of tidal surge. Power and telecom outages affected 75% of the town, with downed lines and trees creating hazardous cleanup conditions. Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth, widespread coastal erosion and surge of waves, with several beach shacks and eco lodges destroyed completely or heavily damaged. Flooding submerged low-lying homes and roads, trapping residents and livestock in rural fishing communities. Falling coconut palms and debris have blocked island paths, with reports of minor injuries from flying objects during peak winds. Here's a few notes. Western Jamaica, especially St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, bore the brunt of the storm, with over 5,300. I'm sorry, let me go back. Me in numbers. 530,000. Yes, 530,000 power outages inland, wide, but concentrated into the southwest part of the island. No direct storm-related deaths reported yet in these areas, but, as we know, it's still early in the reporting time. There was 3 pre-storm deaths, one in Hanover, St. Catherine, one in St. Elizabeth. Ongoing challenges include blocked roads and communication blackouts, delay further reports from towns like Falmouth, Trelawney, and Lucca, Hanover, where winds and minor flooding were noted, but detailed assessments are still pending as they have not made contact with the area since the storm went through. Full recovery could take months, and it's probably going to take longer than that. We're still recovering from Ian 3 years later here. Yes, I'm very tired and my throat's going. But I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay till the 11 o'clock advisory, and then I'm going to head to bed. We got a great crowd tonight. We got a good chat going. Mama Kitty's in a good mood. So I just wanted to kind of keep it going here for a little while. No, I didn't see that with the Fox weather thing. Yeah, we're going to see probably some of the most devastation we've seen in a long time. This is worse than Ian and worse than this is really in the realm of Andrew. And I responded to Andrew, and I can tell you all about Andrew. I'm just not going to bore you tonight. But this is a lot like Andrew. Andrew destroyed everything. They didn't go fix the power lines. They had to go put new power lines up. The poles all came down. I've never seen anything like it. Brick houses reduced to a pile of shit. I've never seen anything like it. I'm telling you guys. And this was 10 miles an hour faster than Andrew. Yeah, there's a lot of storm nerds. There's a lot of us. And I do want to do one thing tonight. I've done it I did it last night. I'm getting a lot of you guys have come back because you found us. And so I want to do something. It's a little weird. But I want to show you guys how we cover things on this channel. We what did I do with it? Give me just 1 second. What I would like to do is show you guys a short 2-minute clip of a video. And for those of you who are my regulars, yeah, you've seen this 3 times now. But that's okay. Remember, I'm showing new people. Okay, so let's do a display capture. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, we were in about 4 weeks ago. And I want to show you guys. I got a lot of people in here that have never seen our show before. This is the first night you've been in for our show. We met you probably this morning or last night on our extended coverage. And so I want to show you guys what it looks like when we cover something really cool. I really want to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is I've got a video here. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when we cover something really cool. I really want to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is I've got a video here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a video here. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when we cover something really cool. I really want to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is I've got a video here. I'm and this video is available on the entire video is available over on my site, and I'll put the link in for it if you guys want to go watch it later. The entire thing, it's like 8 or 9 minutes long, but I'm going to show you guys just about 2 minutes of it here. We were watching this, and all of a sudden a tornado came down, and we had 8 storm chasers that were right on it like flies on a turd. And it was really, really cool. And I want to show you guys what it looks like. I wish this taskbar would hide. Why is it not hiding? Oh, there we go. I hate it that way, but let's leave it that way for right now. Okay, so here we go. This is the sights and sounds of Earth. Now, let me make sure that you can hear it. Okay, very good. That's working. Okay, so what happened here was we're watching this storm, okay? And we had storm chasers out. It was in the Dakotas. And all of a sudden, a tornado drops down, and everybody was seeing it. And this was some of the best coverage. I put a little bit of music with it because this is like a proof of performance piece. But I want you guys to kind of see what it's like on the sights and sounds of Earth when we really get into it. And here you go. I'm going to play about just 2 minutes of this, so just bear with me. We're going to go right back to the coverage on Jamaica. There's not much reporting right now. I just did all the news and everything. So let's do this for 2 or 3 minutes. I want you guys to see this is what it's like. There's a lot of first-time viewers in here. Thank you, Slim. And I want to show you guys this is what it looks like when we cover things live. This was about a month ago. And why do I not hear it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All right, hold on. God bless America. I swear, everything you try to do with Windows Audio, you have to remap everything. Give me just a second here. I'll set this up. My God. Jesus. Give me a break. Just give me a break on this one. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. This will just take a second. Okay, that's going to work. No, it's not going to work. Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay, all right. I'm going to do it a different way. I can't handle it right now. I don't know who designs this stuff, but I just like to kick them in the face every now and then. All right, let's do it this way. Copy. Let me go here and put it here. All right, there we go. And I can put it there, and then are we going to hear it? Let's try it. Transition. Protests going on. They're all peaceful at this time in Los Angeles. I'll go back to the grid as soon as we don't have a tornado nearly on the ground at this point. It's just about to come down to the ground. Remember, there's going to be a different lag of a few seconds on each of these cams. That's a huge couplet, a well-defined couplet right there. I think we're on the ground. It's hard to tell, but I think that's debris and dust that you're seeing. We are on the ground, it looks like. Yeah, we got a tornado on the ground. It's a wedge. Urbana, North Dakota, take shelter now that you are next up for this thing and it's on the ground. Holy shit. We've got a large wedge tornado and it's on the ground. That is textbook, ladies and gentlemen. We have a textbook tornado right now. Look at the shots we're getting of this thing. These guys are amazing. Every storm chaser has a shot of this tornado right now. All 8 of them. From 8 different angles. You're watching this thing live. This is Starship Adventures, guys. Thank you for being here. This is what we do here. God, I wish I was there. Holy shit. Holy shit. Notice you can see the tornado. Nobody's in front of this thing. You can see the tornado in every single shot. Even the one center right, it's off in the distance, but you can see it. This thing came down as a wedge. There was no bullshit. They normally rope in and rope out. This thing came in as a wedge. In this case here, we actually had storm chasers right there at the storm. We were actually able to see the genesis of the tornado, right where it started, how it started, and not only see it happen, but see it happen from 8 different angles, from 8 different locations around the storm. It was an amazing broadcast. It was an amazing night, and I just wanted to package this up. Well, there you go. I just wanted to show you that. That's a little proof of performance piece that I put out to show people what we do, and I think it's important to see kind of what you get here. We did a pursuit the other night. We had 3 different chopper angles all up at the same time. It was amazing, and we followed that one until they went into a fog bank, and they all had to break off. So there you go. Yeah, that was amazing. It was an amazing moment in time right there, where so many storm chasers on the same network and everything were all right there, just like that. And notice we had the radial velocity radar right in the middle with all the little dots where all the guys were. I mean, I think the coverage is really cool. And I know that geeky people like me have got to look at it and say, wow, this is pretty cool. So I hope that a lot of you find it as neat as I do. What about the hurricane? Okay, we can do the hurricane. I'm good with the hurricane. Let's see here. I'll show you right where it's at. It's going to make landfall in Cuba in the next few hours. All right, here's what we got. Let me go ahead and, well, here, let's just do it this way. That's where we're at right now, guys. There you go. That's where we're at. You can see there that it's making its approach, coming into Cuba, and it looks like it's going into an area that's not that populated. So hopefully, hopefully not too many people along the coast here. But that's where it is right now, and you can see the winds still coming around Montego Bay. Still taking. It's taking some pretty heavy winds coming in this way. Still an onshore wind coming then this way for Montego Bay and for all those communities down there on the left side. And there's still a possibility here of a little bit of rise coming into the east end of Jamaica tonight. We cannot let our guard down. We still have a very big system right in the neighborhood, and we're still seeing the effects. So if high tide were to hit in the next 2 or 3 hours, you know, Kingston, you might see several feet of surge on top of a high tide. So I wouldn't let your guard completely down. Right now, the surge coming into Cuba right now is probably pretty good coming up this way. Now, the good news is this is not near the storm that it was when it hit Jamaica. It is just not near the storm that it was when it hit Jamaica. And so, you know, that being said, it's hopefully it will. Hopefully it won't be so bad. The Cubans are sometimes not as prepared as like some other countries. Jamaica's fairly prepared. Cuba, on the other hand, well, it's hit and miss. No, there has been nothing come out of the only thing I had for there. Let me see, did I have them? I think that was listed as one place we didn't get much from. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any reports out of there yet. It's gone dark, and that's just and that's only because there is no internet, no power, and no phones, no light, no motor car, and so they're basically sitting in the dark tonight, waiting for someone to show up in the morning. Um, it was a great show this morning. It is open to go back and look at it. Hey, Talking Life with Nick. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, all you guys. Talking Life with Nick is one of my mods from way back. She's also a YouTube content creator. Check her channel out. And Heath, my buddy from the mountains. Going to be hanging out with Heath this weekend. We're going to be doing live broadcasting from a ham fest. That ought to be pretty cool. It has already hit the area. It's gone over Jamaica, and now it is coming into Cuba, and that's where it is hitting next. So yeah, to answer your question, yes. All right, so then let's take. I got a few other things here I want to show you. We are waiting for the 11 p.m. advisory. It's going to be just a few minutes out still. The mountains of Cuba tore this thing apart, but it's trying to get its act back together again. Here is the latest from the GOES satellite, and you can see here in this that it's trying. It ripped it a new butthole, but it's trying to get its act back together again. Oh boy, my throat's really had it. Sorry, guys. My throat's just ruined from all this talking. I've probably monologued about 24 hours this week. Between the weekend and the last couple days here. Yeah, you can see the eye trying to get its act back together. That shows you it deepened right back down again. We may see some strengthening here. Like I said, they said that Cuba was going to tear it down to a 2. And now they're saying Cuba's only going to tear it down to a 3. So they're expecting it to be a little stronger than earlier. So that's what it is there. Oh, I got to check that space station footage out. Yes, these cams are all live to the best of my ability. These are all live cams. We do multi-screen broadcasting here. I call it ADHD TV. And what it is every night when we go on and we broadcast at 9 p.m. or anytime we cover breaking news when it happens, you will see it in this format. You'll either see it in the 9 grid like this, or you will see it like this, where we are using 4 of the grids there to make a larger picture there like that. So this is basically how we do it. And we do it this way because I work at a TV station and a radio station. I produce talk radio. And at the station, when something starts happening, something big, I go up to the control room and I walk behind the producer and I sit down in the chair and I just sit there. And I look up at the wall, and what do I see on the wall? Right? I see a bunch of TV screens, big, huge 100-inch monitors, and each monitor is broken into, well, what you see right here, 9 screens. And so I'm like, man, it would be really cool if I could just broadcast that. That would be so cool. I wish I could subscribe. You know how you have the NFL ticket and the end zone and the one where it shows you like the grid and all that bullshit? Why don't they have that for news and weather? Come on, let's get it together, guys. So I did it. Here it is. This is Brady Bunch mode, ADHD TV. You can call it whatever you want. But the thing is, what this is it's coverage of everything at once. We also split audio between left and right ear. And so sometimes I'll carry audio. I don't think there's a lot going on. But sometimes I can turn up the ambient sound just like this and put it in left and right ears. And do it like that. So it allows me to completely control the volume, not only for each channel, but left and right for each channel. I use OBS broadcast software, really nice software package, and it's pretty much free. And I've got it connected up with Streamlabs. Let's see here. Yeah, so I hope this is something you guys like. I'm looking for new members of the family here. Once you've been here a month or so, I'll make you a mod. I'm really looking for people that that just want to be part of the family. Drop in a couple nights a week and be on the show with us. We do. I have the ability to bring in people on Zoom. We can do all kinds of different shows and interviews, and my abilities here, because I can broadcast up to 9 things at a time. I got a super Linux computer here, and I made a lot of super chats this morning, a lot, and I've got enough now to build my next supercomputer. All that stuff's going to get ordered next month when the YouTube check comes in, and I'm building a system that's going to replace my main system that's going to have 7 or 8 monitors. And I'm going to be re-engineering this part of the room. And then this computer is going right there, and it's going to be another main computer, another fully capable broadcast system. All right, I went through all the news, guys. I don't know what else we can do as far as that goes. I know people are coming and going. We did do full damage reports from what we know all around. But I will say this, as far as the storm, it has come and gone. You can see here in this one here, I'm going to put this back up for just a minute. I want you guys to note that the eye is getting pretty ragged. It's starting to look pretty cheesy. And then all of a sudden in the last few frames, it's like, oh no, I still got an eye, and it's right there. I got one big eye. And there it is. And it's literally trying to reform itself. Look at that. It even gets more symmetrical towards the end. Looks a little more like a buzzsaw. We're still seeing a great outflow all around it too. I'm telling you, this thing it's got a mind of its own. It's wanting to strengthen back up. Okay, it's wanting to strengthen back up. Wouldn't be surprised if we see it nudge up a little bit. I wouldn't mind. I bet you we see the pressure come down just a little bit. Thanks for the subs, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please give me a subscription. I appreciate it. And hit that bell, because the only thing I do on this channel is these live shows, live storm chasing, live drives and explorations, and live coverage anytime it happens. So you want to make sure you get notified. Over on the other channel, the Starship After Dark, it's great over there, but don't hit the notification bell. Just hit the subscribe, but don't hit the bell, because over there, I'm always starting new streams up, and it will just drive you nuts. Thank you very much, Christine. I appreciate it, guys. You know, the subs make a big difference on YouTube. The thumbs up make a big difference, but the watch time is about the most important thing. So just by watching and chatting, you guys help the channel. And by helping your YouTube content providers, they can provide more content. There's no different than network television. It's just, you know what it is? It's microbrewery. This is a micro TV station. You see what I'm saying? I had more viewers this morning on my YouTube channel than I had this afternoon on the #1 talk radio show in Southwest Florida. I had almost 3 times as many, 4 times as many. So YouTube provides an amazing opportunity when you really look at it. And I love being here to do it. I'm making not only a career, but a life out of this. I'm going to be rebuilding this studio in about 4 or 5 years. I'm going to rebuild this entire studio up in Georgia. I already own a cabin up in the side of a mountain in Georgia. And I'm going to be rebuilding this entire studio bigger than this. Up there, I've got a 16 by 16 space up there, which is a little bigger than this. This is 12 by 14. I'm going to go with a 16 by 16 space, and it's going to be all studio in there, just like this. Studio in the round, multiple shooting locations, all the computers all the way around. It's going to be great. Yeah, I'll bring whatever cats I still have with me. I had 500,000 views this morning. That ain't no bullshit. That's broke every record in my book. I had 11,000 consecutive viewers. I don't mean to boast, but I was very happy this morning. A lot of you guys put it out on X and put it out on TikTok and different things, and I really appreciated that. And I ended up getting a lot this morning. We went over 25,000 subs this morning, and that was amazing. I'm 1/4 of the way to the silver plaque. I just can't wait. It's going to be hitting Cuba here in just a few minutes. Over the next 3 or 4 hours, it's going to be coming on shore in Cuba. Let me see if I can let me show you what graphics we have here and see if this will answer any of your questions. This is a pretty good graphic here. You can see here where, did it not refresh? No, it did not refresh. Hold on just a second. Let me see if this refresh. This is the Weather Channel, and it's the flakiest ass website ever. I'm very surprised it's like their thing because, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's not refreshing. Jesus. Anyway, this is going to go in right up here in this area of Cuba right here. So you can kind of see where we're talking about. And looks like the Pico area, Pico Basila, Pico Galaxio. I mean, it's a Pico area. That's where it's going to come in. And everything's called Pico or Loma there. So it's right in that area. That's where it's going to come in, and it's going to make landfall as a Cat 4 storm at about 140 miles an hour. And so they're expecting that to happen here in the next 3 or 4 or 5 hours. So thank you, everybody, for joining up. I do appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, the thing is, the Weather Channel's gotten so cheap with their coverage. Look, there was a time when the Weather Channel was the best. Of course, I could say that about CNN, too. There was a time when they were the best, man. The Weather Channel was amazing. I can remember that day. I think it was Katrina. Jim Cantori came on, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, we are 6 hours from landfall of this major hurricane, and we here at the Weather Channel are going to storm alert mode. And all the graphics went red. And he said, no more weather on the 8s, no more commercials, wall-to-wall coverage. We go from desk to desk to desk. I was so impressed with that coverage, I sat there glued. I'm like, this is coverage. This is the way it should be done. And then it's all gone. The wall-to-wall's gone. The red graphics are gone. The war music, they play war music. We are in storm alert mode. This is the Weather Channel. You know, and now it's like, we're back. Here's Jim Cantore. He's out in the damn rain. And I'm just like, oh my God. All of it, it just, they did such a good job. And they would only do it when it was a major hurricane. I only saw it 3 times where they went to storm alert mode. So I use that term here now. I'm in storm alert mode. See the red graphics? Anyway. All right, so let's look back at the cameras real quick here. And I think Ed Earl wants in. You know what it is? Ed Earl sleeps with me. I mean, right next to my pillow or right next to me, right up against me. This is a thing. He spent the first 6 years of his life not hardly speaking to me, like a teenage child. And then all of a sudden now he can't live without me. Yeah, I mean, even Fox weather is a little better, but it's still not the same. I really miss the old days of the Weather Channel back when it was really worth something. And that weather on the 8th is so outdated, it needs to come off. But you know why it doesn't come off? Because they'd have to pay more meteorologists. Because it would mean there'd be more screen time, more air time, more prep time. I kind of like Jim Cantore. I know that he has a lot of love and a lot of hate. He's one of those guys, you either love him or hate him. I kind of like him. I don't dislike him. I'm not much on his channel anymore. I was kind of hoping he'd go over to Fox. New Weather Channel, you know, new opportunity. What's wrong, Ed? I know you want me to go to bed, but I'm busy right now for just a little while. Come on. That's my steel gray. He won't walk over her. He'll walk around. He'll go up here and jump over here and come around. Oh, wait. He's got to go check her food. Her food and water's right over there. He's got to go check that shit right out. I wasn't letting any of them in here, and I wasn't letting her out for the longest time because I did not want them to get what she had. Yeah. Mike Seidel went over to Fox. He's the other one I really like. Mike Seidel. I think he went over to Fox. Let's see what we can do here. All right. I'm waiting for the 11 p.m. It has not dropped yet. Still the 8 p.m. All right, so I'm going to stay with you guys for a few more minutes. Let's wait till the I'm going to wait till the 11 comes in. We'll analyze that real quick. We'll see what we got, and then I'm going to head to bed. Yeah, and we used to have a good weather channel. Now we've got a bad weather channel and a decent weather channel. That's about it. Yeah, Norcross went over to Fox too. I like him too. I was remember, I'm the geek, you know, while everybody else is loving the stars on TV, you know, here I am. I know the names of all the meteorologists at the Weather Channel. It's pretty bad. It's sick. I don't know what to tell you. On After Dark today, I've got the Hurricane Watch Net right now up over on After Dark, and you can listen to that. I've got it here. There's some strange interference on there right now, and I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Where's it at? 6. They're playing music on there. This is people screwing around. I hate to see that. Am I on the right frequency? 7268? Yeah, some assholes playing music on there. It looks like AM signal. Heath, I don't know if you're still in here. I'm looking at it. It does look like an AM signal. It's hot in the middle and it fades both ways. It looks like an AM signal. Um, we had a number of people from Jamaica on earlier this morning, but I haven't seen too many this evening. We peaked out at 11,000 concurrents this morning. That was amazing. Um, yeah, Ryan Hall. I mean, they say you shouldn't promote your competition. I love Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, y'all, he's got it made. He built a whole house. His YouTube built an entire studio house. It's beautiful, big, huge house, and he's got a tower and a weather station, and everything. He's got a whole studio built inside there. It's beautiful with LED lighting. He's got it all set. He's got a wife. He's got a family. He's doing good, and he's a YouTube success story. He is an absolute YouTube success story. I am envious. I would love to be just like him one day. We'll see. I'm probably never going to be quite as good as him, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, Heath. Um, yeah, I think it probably is coming across. There's probably an opening. I'm sure, and we're getting something coming in. I'd hate to think somebody's dive bombing the hurricane net. I don't think that's what's going on, though. I really don't. I think this is an errant signal from the other side of the planet propagating through the ionosphere. No, I don't expect. That's why I said I've left the door open. I'm supposed to go see my mom tomorrow, in the facility, if you know what I mean. And I really need to go do that. I'm going out of town for a week, so I'm trying to spend some time with her before I go out of town. And I really need to do that. However, I've told her, and she agrees. If I need to go on tomorrow, I'm going to stay here and go on tomorrow. So I'm going to make that call in the morning. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to get up at 6 or 7 in the morning, and I'm going to make that determination in the morning on whether I'm going to go live in the morning or not. So set your notifications or check it out. If I do go live, it'll probably be 8 or 9 in the morning. Um, I'm going to see what there is to cover. If I've got chopper footage from everywhere and all kinds of news and information coming in and everything, I may choose to go live for a couple of hours. It's nice. I could use the numbers. I'd we could meet more people that way. We can bring more people into the community that way. So, um, but yeah, I'm probably going to go spend it with mom tomorrow, unless I just can't stand myself. Um, oh, yeah. I don't I don't know what to say as far as that goes. Um, I don't even have my sound bar up. Anyway, yeah, I got for my sound bar here. I got this really cool thing. It's called Jingle Palette. If you guys have never seen it, it's called Jingle Palette, and you just type in Jingle Palette, and it'll come up. It's button bar, and you can fill the button bar with different sounds. Like there's the Taco Bell bell. And you can fill it with different sounds, and you can do different things with it. It's really cool. I like it, and I've been playing around with it for years, and they just came out with a new rendition of it not long ago, and it is really nice. I'm really happy with it, and I'm glad that I have it. Let's see if that's working here. Wow. I'm having such sound issues tonight. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm gonna figure all that out. Yeah, I could do that. Let me see what I can come up with. Well, we're going to have to see eternal energy. I mean, you're comparing, you're kind of comparing apples to oranges there. Um, and I'm not going to get into all that tonight, but I will tell you that the Jamaicans are extremely resilient, tough people, and they will recover from this. Absolutely, and they'll get whatever help from us if they need any. It's there, and they'll get help from all these other organizations as well. Um, People driving around to get snacks. Yeah, I'm out of ganja, man. Bumba clock. I love Jamaicans, by the way. I went to inspector school with some guys from Jamaica, and they're still my favorite humans. I love those guys. I've never had so much fun in my life. Um, no, 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 no. There's only a small portion of Jamaica that's actually devastated, and then there's another large portion of Jamaica that's damaged, and then there's another portion that's very populated over at Kingston that only got a tropical storm. They're okay. And that's good because they're going to need to send their help over to help the people on the left side of the island. Yeah, I do. I believe that the Jamaican folks are very resilient, and they will come right back from this. They're going to have all the help they need, but a lot of what they need, they've already got. I mean, they do prepare for these things just like we do here in the States. They've got an emergency management just like we do here. Their fire departments all trained, their police departments. I'm surprised sometimes when you look at other cultures and other countries and everything. We all learn from each other. Those Jamaican guys that I became such good friends with, they were in our country taking our fire inspector classes. And you're asking why? They live in another country. The certification isn't really even good there. No, it's not, but they didn't have a fire inspection program there. They do now. And they were sending their guys over to our fire inspection program to learn as much as they could learn, and we were happy to do it. And I went to school with these guys, and they were so much fun. They were a blast. And they were putting together a whole program, just like we have here, the NFPA, National Fire Protection Administration, the whole fire codes, and everything we have here that saves lives every year. And here they come. They're doing the same thing, and they're learning from people that have already done it. And they were great, man. They learned everything they could learn. They brought everything back with them. I thought it was an amazing program. I really did. And we got to go to school with these guys from another country, from another culture, and they turned out to be the life of the party. Hey, what's up? You gonna come say hi? This is Ed Earl, guys. Come on, Ed. It's okay. I know you want to go to bed, don't you? It's all right. Come here. She's not gonna bite you. Isn't he beautiful? He's my steel gray. And you know what's funny? As he's gotten older, he's like 8, 9 years old now. As he's gotten older, he goes out in the bright sunlight. He's turning brown. He literally is turning brown. He was actually 100% gray, and now he's starting, like on his body, he's turning brown. Yeah, and I'm not much on going to other countries, so I love spending time with people from other countries. I do. Because that way, I'm a little bit of a xenophobe. I don't really want to go out of the country. I'm good. I'm happy here. I love the United States, and I'm very happy here. And so I love to be able to spend time with other people from other cultures. So that's my way of exploring the world. Let's see. He looks like me. Yeah, they tend to start looking like their owners as they both get older. Right, Ed? Yeah, he looks. He knows. They call him Ed Earl. That's the name, Ed Earl. And the reason he's named Ed Earl, it's a stupid story, but here it is, I'll tell you. I wanted to call him Earl Grey because he's gray. And that would have named him after the tea that Jean-Luc Picard drinks in Star Trek The Next Generation. However, Carlotta had a different idea. She liked Earl, but it's like Earl Grey, but she wanted to call him Ed Earl, like the sheriff from The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, played by Burt Reynolds. And so he ended up now, he is Ed Earl, which is the name of the sheriff in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Anyway, that's where he got his name. I named a cat John Luke, and it went right out and got killed by a car. And so my wife said, or Carlotta said, she said, no more Star Trek names. They just run out in front of cars. So I'm like, oh, Christ. Well, there you go. Egg roll. I love it. Okay, here it goes. The 11 p.m. advisory has just dropped. Melissa re-strengthening as it approaches eastern Cuba. Expected to make landfall there as an extremely dangerous major hurricane in the next few hours. Summary: as of 11 p.m., 3 p.m. Universal Time. Current location 19.3 north, 76.6 west, about 110 miles southwest of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and about 300 miles or 485 kilometers south of the Central Bahamas. Maximum sustained winds back up to 130 miles an hour. That's 215 kilometers an hour. Maximum sustained winds 130 miles an hour with and then the gusts on that would be about 150 or something like that. And then that's 215 kilometers per hour. Present movement northeast or 40 degrees at 9 miles an hour. That's 15 kilometers an hour. I normally don't read the kilometers, but we've got a lot of international viewers, including folks in Jamaica, that use the metric system. So I am giving both measurements tonight. I'm getting there. The millibars, minimum central pressure, 950 millibars, 950 millibars. That's 28.06 inches of mercury. They still got hurricane warnings all in effect for everywhere. Damaging winds are expected to gradually subside across Jamaica, but is advised to remain in a safe shelter until sunrise. It is too dangerous to go out and wander through debris. People just need to stay put. Everybody's recommending that. The government in Jamaica is recommending that, and also the National Hurricane Center here in Florida is recommending that. So I'm hoping people stay in place. Because it's very dangerous after something like this. Hurricane conditions are expected in the warning area in Cuba through Wednesday morning. Tropical storm conditions are expected in Haiti tonight and Wednesday. Hurricane conditions are expected in the southeastern and central Bahamas on Wednesday. Tropical storm conditions are expected, and hurricane conditions are possible in the Turks and Caicos Islands on Wednesday. Okay, so I know we had some viewers in this morning from the Turks and the Caicos. You guys are in the cone, and it's going to be a strengthening system. So something I'd keep an eye on here. Okay. You're going to fall off the table, little girl. The latest update I got was about 20 minutes ago. Let me see here if it lists it. I don't know. There's some areas we've heard nothing from. If there's nothing here, then Black River. Black River. Is that what you said? I'm sorry, I missed it. Black River. All right, Black River, St. Elizabeth. At least 3 families marooned in homes, waist-deep water, flood waters. Rescue crews delayed due to flying debris and dangerous conditions. Black River Hospital suffered major roof damage and total power loss, forcing the evacuation of 75 patients to safer areas. Police station now converted into a temporary shelter for hundreds amid reports of extensive structural damage to nearby buildings. Information out of the Black River area is limited. That's what we have. Let's see, Montego Bay. Montego Bay, St. James. Hurricane force winds up to 150 miles an hour post landfall. Damaged coastal resorts and the airport, stranding thousands of tourists and canceling flights. Storm surge of 10 to 13 feet eroded beaches and flooded low-lying neighborhoods, with waves damaging harbor infrastructure. Power outages affected 80% of the city, including hospitals like Cornwall Regional, which reported flooding and generator reliance at this hour. That's all I have from Montego Bay. Montego Bay got some very high winds there. As that storm exited, those winds came around. I know it's about gone. It's about gone. The throat's about done. Okay, so there you go. All right, I read it exactly as they say it, so that's what you get. All right, and there you go. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. It's very hard to sign off with this many people in here, but I have to get some sleep. If I don't sleep, I'm completely worthless. So there you go. Montego Bay got hit pretty good. We don't know for sure exactly what's there, but there's some pretty big buildings there that probably did okay. But Montego Bay did get hit pretty rough, pretty hard. All right, so that's it. We're gonna let you guys go. My name is Ian. This is Starship Studios, and we are live right now in North Fort Myers, Florida, where we broadcast every night at 9 p.m. right here, the sights and sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when we go live. We've been struggling for a long time here to get the word out to enough people to build a big community here. And we're finally getting there. Over the course of the last few months, it's gotten very busy here on this channel. And the last few days, even more so. So thank you, everybody that signed up and has found our channel. And I hope you guys find it interesting. You may go back and check it out if you're a Star Trek fan. I've got specific content for Star Trek, even a few things for Space 1999, Battlestar Galactica. I've got a few things like that. If you're interested in any of that, I did some stuff. I visited the sets in Kingston for Star Trek. So anyway, some neat stuff on there you can check out. If you're into ham radio, I've got every how-to in the book. I think I did 60 or 70 how-tos. How to build this and build that, building antennas and building radio systems and all kinds of stuff. So check that out. Computer interfaces. I built a Linux machine live on there, and we did that show for several years called the TechNet, the Saturday Night TechNet, and it was a great show because we did projects. The problem is we never could get a big audience over there because that's, and that's why we slowly migrated over to this format that we're in right now with the news and everything like that. But anyway, so check out all my amateur radio content if you're into any of that kind of stuff. And then also we've got a lot of other past shows on there and stuff like that. So All right, so we are praying for the Bahamas tonight. We're praying for Cuba tonight, and everybody there to be safe and stay dry. And we're praying for the people in Jamaica to try to get some rest after probably the worst day of their lives, some of them. So there you go. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures live from North Fort Myers, Florida, broadcasting worldwide on YouTube via fiber optic. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on the Sights and Sounds of Earth on Starship Adventures. Good night, everybody. 7 3s. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.